We've always said media is the vehicle, community is the destination, opportunities are the outcome. Good evening. Welcome to Building from Scratch, the public report. Today is Monday, the 24th of August 2026. This is week 5. Today I'm working on Freedom Way in Lagos, Nigeria. And this week's report is a little different because I had to confront something important about what we are building. We've always said media is the vehicle, community is the destination, opportunities are the outcomes. But I realized that recently we've been so focused on building the destination that we haven't given enough attention to the vehicle. And without a strong vehicle, how do we carry people to the destination, right? So, this doesn't mean we are no longer building a community. Far from it. We definitely are. The community is still the destination. But right now, we need to give more priority to building the vehicle. From Scratch Media itself, that's the vehicle, right? Because the stronger our media becomes, the more people we can reach, the more value we can create, and ultimately, the stronger the community and ecosystem we can build. Last week, I learned two lessons. Lesson number one: follow the process. The obstacle is the way, is the book I'm reading presently. Something struck me while reading last week. Sometimes we become so obsessed with where we want to end up that we forget what needs to be done right now. We dey worry about Z when we never understand A. I'm learning to stay in the moment, focus on the right thing that needs to be done now, do it well, then move to the next. Because all those small right actions eventually become the big picture we are trying to create. Lesson number two: have the humility to pivot. Another lesson for this week was humility. Sometimes the original way you plan to achieve something simply isn't working, and sometimes pride comes disguised as persistence. You keep forcing one direction because that is how you originally imagined it. But progress doesn't mean or doesn't always mean moving forward. We all know that sometimes not to move sideways small, sometimes not to move backwards safe, sometimes not to just forget, just stay one side, find another way. What matters is whether the approach eventually gets you where you are trying to go. Know when to adjust, know when to pivot, have the humility to change direction. I had a conversation with somebody I met last week, and it's very significant. It's building a very nice community here in Lagos. We had a long conversation, and one of the things he told me was simple: have guts, trust your guts. Sometimes what stops us from making bold decision isn't even the decision itself. Now, fear of waiting people go talk. If you are convinced about what you're building, you have to be willing to make bold moves. His name is Bola Lawal, by the way. So we are putting these lessons into action immediately. This week, we are launching from scratch Rapids, right? We will go to the streets, more social spaces, social gatherings, wherever we can find young people and ask them one fundamental question: what are you building from scratch? Right? Our fireside conversation documents people who have already built significant businesses and careers. Rapids will meet people while they are still building, or even when what they have is still just an idea. That's one of the media vehicles we are going to start strengthening immediately. Now, let me give you an update about the Front Desk Hero Bootcamp. All right. Uh, the cohort one of the Front Desk Bootcamp, our hosting partner is fully on board now. The bootcamp will hold in September, and we will announce the date around September 11 thereabout once everything is finalized. But training doesn't have to wait for the bootcamp. Training has already started. The bootcamp is mainly about taking the training to a much larger group, right? So if you want to understand front decks or how or how to use it, learn how to use it, feel free to contact me. So, on closing, so the biggest takeaway from last week is simple: focus on what needs to be built now. For us, that is the vehicle. Build the media, tell powerful stories, reach people, create value, and allow that vehicle to take us towards the community and ecosystem we are ultimately building. Now, for more information about From Scratch Media, our programs, community, and how to contact us, visit fromscratchmedia.africa or check our social media pages. Thank you for building with us. I am Tehemba Ahenda and I'm building from scratch.